So you won't believe what I tried today. Digital calligraphy, can you imagine? Picture this, a centuries-old art form now made accessible right here in our tech-obsessed age. It's this dope fusion of old-world charm with contemporary convenience, and I absolutely love it. I found this cool digital tool that emulates the stroke of an actual calligraphy pen, but in the form of a VR stylish. I'm telling you, it felt so realistic, like I was physically drawing on ancient parchment, not just maneuvering in a virtual environment. Needless to say, as someone who craves artistic challenges, going all medieval with a stylus in a digital landscape felt like an exhilarating adrenaline rush. It's like combining my gaming love with my artistic pursuits. And speaking of gaming, Eric and Nina, you remember them, right? They are already half convinced I should design for TurboTech, Eric's tech company. Casual banter, of course. Don't think I have any plans of ditching my game streaming career anytime soon. Besides, I'd rather give them some hard competition with my own ventures. You know how I am. And yeah, we are planning a movie night soon. Probably watching Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, man, what an artist. Pair that with Nina's adventurous foray into vegan pizza. That's gonna be a memorable night. Anyway, got a quick question for you. For my next stream giveaway, I'm thinking of a gaming headset. What do you think? Should I stick to that or try something different? You know I value your opinion. Oh, and speaking of streaming, guess who just beat Nina in a FIFA match? Yes, me. Eric's already in for a challenge and he doesn't even know what he's getting into. All right then, that's me done for now. I've got to get back to creating some 3D models that hopefully resemble ancient calligraphy. Just another day in Amy's ever-so-eccentric world, right? Stay happy, stay blessed, and most importantly, stay you. So, you know how we often talk about immersive reading and the blend of technology and literature? It's no longer just an exciting concept. I experienced it today, and let's just say it was a bit like plunging into an episode of Doctor Who. Right through the cosmos, from the bridge of Asimov's starship to the Mars colonies of Bradbury, all in VR. Yes, I spent my day at a VR-based interactive literature session focused on works from sci-fi masters, Asimov, Clarke, Bradbury. Imagine you don't just read, but actually live the stories, amidst hyper-realistic virtual vistas, fully 3D and utterly awe-striking. Quite the galactic trip, wouldn't you say? Oh, and Eric and Nina were totally fascinated when I told them about this VR sci-fi session. Nina, our self-proclaimed old-school bookworm, was hilariously intrigued. She couldn't wrap her head around the whole concept. It seems like she might finally swap her trusty paperbacks for a virtual visor, at least occasionally. Eric was naturally super stoked, his techie neurons firing on all cylinders, bless him. Well, I can't wait to see them explore this VR reading universe. It's always a delight to crack open the next-gen gaming and reading experiences for my like-minded nerds. Also, our culinary maestro Nina shared an absolutely delectable gnocchi recipe in the group chat today. Should I give it a shot for tomorrow's dinner while live streaming? Maybe add some of my tech pizzazz to the cooking, making it a VR kitchen experience, virtual pasta twirling, and all. Sounds fun, right? And in this ever-curious knack for exploration, our Nina boy's taken up a new challenge. She's learning to play the guitar and she's even learned a new riff. I'm so excited for our next jam session, both virtual and hopefully soon in person. You remember that Radiohead tune, Paranoid Android, don't you? Well, it's the kind of oral ambience you need after a heavy workday, spinning through galactic narratives. The way York weaves those words around that hauntingly beautiful melody. It just pulls you out of your world and drops you into the middle of theirs, pure magic. Speaking of tunes, got any groovy song recommendations for my next live stream gaming session? Something that sets the mood right into game mode but keeps a chill vibe. I mean, we are trying to keep it relaxed yet competitive, right? But that's me. Done chatting for now. I have an impromptu VR date with the vast emptiness of the cosmic ocean, exploring uncharted narratives of my all-time favorite authors, you see. Catching up on some immersive reading and maybe cooking up a gnocchi storm in my VR kitchen tomorrow. You know, just a usual Tuesday in Amy's ever-evolving techie kingdom. You wouldn't believe this, but today I embarked on a new stress-relieving journey by practicing yoga, with a tech twist, of course. Being the ardent VR enthusiast that I am, I decided to give yoga a shot through a VR application. How cool is that? I'm telling you, it was like an instant teleportation from my cluttered studio space to this serene, virtual Zen garden, with the quiet sound of nature, true Zen paradise, I tell you. And let me tell you, it was just what I didn't know I needed. The balance, the tranquility, the sheer calmness of it. It was such a refreshing escape from the usual high-adrenaline VR gaming. Naturally, I couldn't help but share my new discovery with the gang, and needless to say, they were pretty awestruck. Nina's eyes nearly fell out when I told her about the switch from laser guns and space battles to, of all things, yoga and VR. Even Eric was intrigued, already asking about meditation sessions available on the app. They are definitely up for giving it a try, and of course they couldn't help adding our usual banter about food, Matrix, life, and everything in between. Nina's likely to try the yoga VR instead of her usual gym workout, and Eric can use all the Zen he can get to manage his pizza addiction. We are already planning a virtual pizza party at Eric's place, right after a session of virtual yoga. Should be fun, right? Instead of shooting down virtual alien invaders, I guess we'll be attempting virtual downward dogs and sun salutations now. From space battles to Zen gardens, indeed. But hey, a pleasant change of pace if I do say so myself. Oh, and by the way, do you remember that new piece of tech I was rambling about last week? Yes, the digital calligraphy tool. It's still my go-to thing for when I want to wind down after a particularly stressful project. Makes it pretty easy to return to a tranquil frame of mind. Speaking of tools, do you have any recommendations for yoga essentials? I'm thinking of incorporating it into my usual routine. Let me know what you think.